Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. It's going to be a good one today. So today's project is going to be accessorizing a clock. Now I posted something on a group and I got a lot of replies on this clock. So basically what I did, this is what we're going to be accessorizing, a clock. So you get those clocks just about anywhere. You can get them at Walmart, you can get them at the Dollar, you can get them at Michael's. It doesn't matter. Every store has got a clock. It all depends on which one you want to accessorize. You can be silver, black, rose gold, whatever you want. So usually in my videos, I don't show anyone how to do the base. So I had a good friend of mine. She had asked me to show her how to do the base. So I'm going to accessorize this clock, but I just want to show you how I do the base. So which is very important because there's some clocks that you don't have to measure the lines on the numbers. And like the little rose gold ones, I don't bother. I just accessorize it and I don't make sure the lines, they coordinate with the numbers. But this one you have to, because it's going to look crazy. So I have to say, and very important when you do the base with these clocks, you have to really make sure that you measure it right, because it happened to me a couple of times that I thought I had done it right with the base, and it turned out that for some odd reason from 4 o'clock to 8 o'clock it was not coordinating. So I had to take them all out and start all over again. So it's very important, if you do one, go and look at it to make sure that it's coordinated. I thought my lines were exactly the way it should be because I measured it from my geometry form. This is my template and this is basically what I use every single time. So I don't know if it's the clock that's dysfunctional or just me. One of the two anyways. So I just want to show you quickly. We are going to do this clock here, but I just want to show quickly my good friend that how I do it. So basically what you do, of course, you just take the clock and then you take a foam board. So you get those foam boards, you got black ones, and you could a cardboard, there's white ones, and basically what you do is you take that and then you put the clock on there and you just go all around and then you cut it out. And this is what it turns out. So of course you have to cut out, make sure, because you have to put the battery. So you have to cut out in the middle. So basically what I just do is I take my foam board. Before I cut it, I put my my geometry form on here, okay, and I put the little green tape so it doesn't really move. And then I take my ruler, and then I take my pencil, of course. So you take a pencil, and you go all like this. And you basically, you go all around like this. Everyone. And you have 24 of them. So in this clock here, I used the larger skews and smaller ones. And I'm just going to do a couple here on this clock here because I want to make another clock with a different color. My skews are going to be black on this one. And the one we're going to accessorize today is going to be the silver. So I just wanted to show you really quickly. So you cut out the foam board, but the thing is when you cut it out, it's going to go over the clock. Because of course you cut it, you measured it around the clock. So what you have to do is you have to take your scissors. You have to take your scissors and you have to keep on cutting it inside the clock. So you have to make sure that it's inside the clock. And you have to make sure that your lines is coordinating with your numbers. That is very important. So mine's a little off crooked, but that's okay. and it's about here. So it's not going to be even. It's not very, very pretty in the back, I have to say. I have to find another method that's going to actually look nice, because I'm going to start selling internationally very soon. I'm working on my website. So hopefully I'm going to set up my shop on Facebook and start selling very soon. Because I have a lot of people for these clocks here. It was very, very popular, I have to say. So, okay, so we put that inside, and you take your glue gun, of course, and then you just put glue all inside. Now, doing this, it's a good thing that it's not very, very heavy what we're doing. The clock is very, very light, and all the beads and stuff like that I'm going to accessorize it with is very, very light. So it's not a heavy decor. So with the glue, it's not that sturdy to begin with. So I'm just so you have to glue it all around, make sure that it stays. I'm just going to do it quickly because I just want to show you when I do my sticks, because that's the important one. So I just go all around very quickly, because I just want to give you an idea of how I do this. So I'm just going to glue it like that for now, but I just want to show you how I do my skews. So of course you have to have a ruler, and I forgot to mention the beads that I'm going to be using. So the clock we're going to be doing is with the petals. Now I mentioned that in my previous videos, that the petals is from the platters, the plastic platters that you get at the dollar store. And I have, of course, the black beads, the marquise beads, and the transparent marquise beads, and the sunflower mesh silver, and I'm going to be using the large acrylic beads. So that's just to accessorize the clock later on. So right now I'm going to do the black skews. Those are bamboo skews. I get those at the dollar. So I started doing my mirrors with the large skews, which I really, really enjoy, because it just gives it that extra touch, you know. And I found out that they stopped selling them, so I was very, very disappointed. I did a lot of stores, and I guess I'm going to have to order them online, or I have to find them somewhere, because I really enjoy doing my crafts on this. So I don't know. So, but that's okay. They still have the small skews, and see the different sizes. Just a little tad bigger, but I had some that's actually even bigger than this. So, which is wonderful, and it just gives it that nice decor for some reason. So, okay. Now the measurements. The measurements, I have to say, it's all up to you. I do it because I know a lot of people, they like large decors. For some odd reason, the small ones, they like the large ones. So what I do is I measure. So I take my large skew. I'm going to take my large skew, and I'm going to put it on one of the lines. So as you see here, see the lines? So I have 24 lines. So it's sort of glued, but we'll just do it fast for now. Just want to show you. So I paint those, by the way, with black acrylic paint, and you get those at the Dollar Tree. You get all the colors. So what I do is I put it right on the line, and I measure it from the clock here. You see that? I measure it from the clock here. I go to about, usually I do a 9.5, but this time for today I'm going to do a 9. Don't ask me why, I'm just decided to do a 9. So we're going to do the large skew as a 9 on there. So I'm going to glue it on top here. And that's all you do. And then what I usually do is I put something to let it dry. So if I keep on put it there. Put something hard so it's going to glue and it's going to stay. And then I move on to my small one. This is my small skew. So what I usually do is I take my what do you call those, pliers, and I cut maybe about 2 inches from the small skew right at the tip here, because you don't really need it. It just makes it very long on there, so I just cut the tip. So I go on the other one next to it and I measure at 7. So you have a 9 and you have a 7. So I make sure that it's on the 7 from the clock. You see that? Right from the clock here. Make sure that it measures at 7 exactly, because you want all the, and that's very important. Make sure that you're on the 9 and you're on the 7, because when you do your beads, you want them to be all even. And some they measure it and some they don't. When I do my videos, I don't really measure because it takes a very long time. But if I have to do a decor for somebody, I usually measure. That's very important. But for a video, it's fast, so okay, now I did a 7. And I'm just going to glue it here. And basically, it's on the 7. So I'm just going to show you after it dries. So like I said, when you do this, it's very important that your foam, it goes inside. I know it's not going to be very nice and very even, but if I have to cut it, I usually cut it before I do my skews. That's very important. And then I cut inside and make sure that I have enough room just for the battery. The rest of it, it doesn't really matter. And some, if you were going to resell this, what I would suggest, once all the skews, it's not very pretty. Like, I have to show you this. See that in the back? It's not very pretty, but what you can do is, I've seen that before, is you take another foam and you make a round. But the thing is, you hide all this. You put it all around. Like, you do a little foam, but just to hide the skews and the glue. So you can just put it on and you're not covering the battery. So you could just do one all around and then you can resell it. And people are going to say, wow, that's very professional. That's very nice. So I think that's what I'm going to start doing. Because if I'm going to sell internationally, well, I want it to be nice. So, and basically this is what it looks like. See that? It's not exactly glued, but see that? And then after that, the next one is going to be on the number. And basically this is what it looks like in the back. See that? So I just wanted to show my good friend that had asked about this, which is very important. So I hope that it helps her out. Because I know she wanted to do one. So basically, that's why I wanted to do this for her. So let's continue. So I did all my skews and I measured it, which I had started over again from 4 to 8 one more time. So now they are all even. So basically all we're going to do is just accessorize the clock. That's it. So on the large ones, as I mentioned before, we're going to do the petals. And of course it's going to be the same black and silver one because that's what everybody wanted to learn. So I decided to do the same one. And we're going to do the black beads and the marquees on the large one, and on the small one is going to be these, the sunflower mesh and the large black marquees. So that's going to be on the small ones. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you quickly how it's done. And I have to say, everyone, this is a lot of fun doing this. Well, as everybody knows, I love doing decors and I love creating new things. So let's get started. And if you like my videos, please give it a thumbs up, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel. That's very important. And hit that icon bell. The icon bell is saying that you're not going to miss any videos, any upcoming videos that I'm going to be doing. So I try to do a couple of videos every 2 weeks. I try to do every 2 weeks. But hopefully if I get too busy, maybe it'll go down to 1. I don't know, but we'll see. So let's get going. So we're going to start with the big ones. So as this one, like I said, the platters, you have silver and you got gold. So I chose to do the black one, but the gold is on the bottom. So it's actually kind of nice. So if you want to do a gold one, all you have to do is just turn it around. And you could do a silver, so whatever you like. And it's kind of nice because it's like a shiny mirror. So before I used to put the poster board and glue it on top, which it makes it really nice too, and it looks more professional. So it's up to you what you want to do. But today we're just going to do that. So basically what we're going to do is you want to make sure that the skew is inside here, just about maybe 2 centimeters from the edge, because you don't want the skew to show. That's very important. So basically I'm going to start gluing here. Okay. And you want to glue it in the middle and make sure your point is right in the middle of the skew. That's very important. And you want to make sure your petal is right in the middle, because if it's slanted, it's not going to be very pretty. I have to tell you. So basically we're going to do 2 of these. I just want to show you quickly. Okay, so I'm going to go maybe about 1 inch from the top. 1 inch from the top. And 1 inch from the petal. From the edge of the petal, I'm going to go 1 inch. This is how I'm going to be measuring it today, just 1 inch. And you make sure the little squares that they go right even on the skew. So now you got the little transparent marquees. I'm going to glue that right in the middle, just like this. And you play it by ears, like you just have to, you look at it and it goes right in the middle. See that? It measures perfectly. So the small one, I'm going to do the acrylic bead right at the edge. And you do the same thing. You want to make sure your skew is not passing. And you want to make sure it's even. Okay. So we're going to do basically the same thing. This one's shorter, so it's not going to be even to the other one, but you're still going to do 1 inch. I hope that makes sense. So basically we're going to do 1 inch. 1 inch at the edge of the clock. And then you have your large black marquees right smack in the middle. So as you know, this tutorial here is you have your hot glue and your hot glue sticks. Now you could use the glue sticks that you want. Now if you have pieces that they fall off, well, you want to make sure that you use Gorilla glue sticks. I use the ordinary ones for this clock because it works out perfectly. But if you're going to sell your item and you want it to really stay, make sure that you use the Gorilla Glue. That's very important. Okay, and everything is even. And then you have your marquees. Make sure that it's about even. There we go. That's about it. So basically I just want to show you what it looks like. See that? And of course at the end of your video you're going to have excessive glue, but you just take that off. It's still very pretty. See? Basically this is what's going to look like all the way around. So it's turning out really nice. So I just wanted to show you that. Now I'm going to do all around the clock the same way as I did this one here. Oh, and I almost forgot. On the petal, because you don't want to see the glue, of course. So I did this little transparent bead. So I glue it right at the edge of my petal here. I just want to show you quickly. I forgot this little piece here. There we go. See that? So you don't see the point, and you don't want to see the glue, and I find it's just very pretty and more professional. So I'm going to go all around, and I will see you at the end. All right, everyone, welcome back. So it takes, I would say, a good half an hour to put on all your beads. That's what takes the most time, is of course is accessorizing your decor. So basically this is what it looks like. It turned out pretty good. See that? Turned out really nice. I love this. Is actually one of my favorite ones actually to do the clocks, and of course the rose gold. Now I am going to do an upcoming video on the rose gold with the long petals. I did one with the short, with the wired ones, but I didn't do a video on that one. I just did a decor on that, but I am going to do with the long skews. I know somebody had asked me about that. So it turned out pretty nice. And basically I did not measure, and I just did an inch, and put it right in the middle. Basically it turns out pretty good actually, even if you didn't measure. So I hope you enjoyed this project. And like I said, please subscribe, comment, share, and hit that icon bell so you don't miss any upcoming videos. And I hope you enjoyed this today. I know I enjoyed doing it with you guys. So I will see you on my next DIY. Thanks everyone. Have yourself a great day. Bye for now.